Hello and welcome to the Anything and Everything podcast. I'm Gaz and my partner in crime and co-host is
Glenn, aka Bez.
And today we're going to talk about
40 interesting facts about the medieval period.
Okay, special request again by Christopher and Donna Berry, aka
Hey, Mum and Dad.
So, up to you then, mate.
Right, number 40. The phrase crocodile tears refers to a medieval belief that crocodiles shed tears of sadness when killing and consuming their prey.
39. The Cathars was a medieval Christian sect that condemned war, capital punishment, and believed in reincarnation, two gods of good and evil, and largely endorsed gender equality. They were annihilated by the Catholic Church.
Number 38. The urine of ginger boys was prized in medieval Europe for making stained glass.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
Okay, 37. In medieval period, clothes were stored close to the toilet shaft, as ammonia fumes would kill any fleas.
Number 36. The Kargots were a minority population in Europe in the medieval period. They were shunned, hated and segregated from entering taverns or touching food in markets. They were not an ethnic or religious group and were indisguisable from other people, and no one knows why they were so despised.
Okay, 35. The chanting in Star Wars' iconic song, Duel of the Fates, is not gibberish, alien language, but a Sanskrit translation of medieval Welsh poem. Other chants in the Star Wars series make use of Sanskrit as well.
Number 34. The infamous Iron Maiden of the medieval period was never used and was actually a fake, constituted from misappropriated medieval bits and pieces by Victorian curators in order to make some money.
33. In medieval England, pregnancy was considered impossible without orgasm. Therefore, if a woman was raped and didn't conceive, there was no evidence. But if she did conceive, it was assumed she enjoyed it. Either way, the rapist would not be convicted.
That's bad.
That's
bad. Number 32. Medieval royal courts had professional farters that were rewarded with houses and land. The most famous was Roland, the father of the 12th century pugil, who could shoot water up to 5 feet from his bum.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
No. 31. The biggest medieval codex ever discovered is a collection of manuscripts commonly referred to as the Devil's Bible. The Codex Gigas weigh about 165 pounds, roughly 75 kilos, and is said to be a product of desperate monks deal with Lucifer himself.
Number 30. There isn't much evidence at all for the chastity belts to specifically prevent sex during the medieval period.
29. The most prolific serial killer in medieval Europe, and possibly ever, was executed by having all of his limbs broken and threaded through the spokes of a wheel.
Ouch.
He was kept alive and conscious on the wheel for 9 days by a daily dose of strong drink.
Wow. Was bad. Number 28. There are depictions of medieval knights fighting snails in ancient manuscripts, and nobody knows why.
Wow, weird.
Yeah, but snails are really tiny.
Yeah. Okay, 27. There's a castle being built using only the techniques and materials used in the Middle Ages. When completed in 2020, it should be an authentic creation of a 13th century medieval castle.
Number 26. People in medieval ages never actually believed that Earth was flat. It was a myth created during the evolution debate in the late 1800s.
25. Medieval archers wore their quiver with an arrow on their belt. Only the ones on horseback wore them on their back.
Number 24. In the medieval period, quintessence was referred to as a fifth element, the most powerful element that binds the four other elements of nature: earth, air, fire and water. It is considered as the place where the gods dwelt and pertained to the sky and the heavenly bodies in the Greek language.
23. The act of giving the key to the city is a continuation of a medieval practice where the cities would be locked at night, but someone given the key could come and go as they please, as an honour for something great they had done for the city.
Bit like Robin Hood.
Yep.
I'd say he would have had a key for a city. Number 22. The Shroud of Turin has nothing to do with Jesus. It's completely comprehensively radiocarbon dated, but to the medieval period.
21. Before 1600, a game of chess would be won by capturing all the opponent's pieces, leaving a bare king, a style of play known as an annihilation. In the medieval period, players considered it nobler to win by checkmate, so annihilation became a half win for a while until it was abandoned.
Number 20. The short average life expectancy in medieval Britain, 30 years, was mainly due to a high infant mortality. If you made it at the age 21, you would expect to live an additional 43 years.
Wow. 19. The Iron Maiden. A medieval torture device, never actually existed for that purpose. It was created by a museum creator when he added spikes to a female form sarcophagus.
Number 18. Medieval Pope Gregory X1, or 1X, considered cats to be the incarnation of Satan, leading to a mass killing of cats, causing the rat population to swell, quickening the spread of the Black Death.
17. The original word for bear, the animal, has been lost. Superstitious people in medieval period thought that saying the ferocious animal's name would summon it. So they used an euphemism that meant the brown one, bear. The original word was never recorded, so it remains a mystery.
Number 16. Purple cloth was rare in medieval Europe, partially because blue and red dyes were made by separate guilds, and use of another guild's colour was forbidden.
15. In medieval Europe, barber butchers were barbers that practiced surgery, as well as profession ranging from amputations to haircuts. The red and white barber swirl in front of most barbers' shops today signifies blood and bandages, which was common in their trade.
Number 14. Dick is a nickname for Richard because in the medieval period one of the customs for coming up with a nickname was to create a rhyme or swap a letter. So Richard became Rick, which rhymes with Dick or Hick. Only Dick has stuck around as a proper name.
Okay, 13. In the medieval period, cat burning was accepted practice throughout being good luck. It was custom to burn a barrel full of live cats over a bonfire as people shrieked with laughter. While there was signed and roasted. French kings often witnessed it and even ceremoniously started the fire.
Number 12. In medieval castles, stairwells ran clockwise, so attackers coming up the stairs had their sword hands, right hand, against the wall's interior curve, which made it harder for them to swing their swords. Defenders had their swords on the outside wall, which meant more room for swinging.
Number 11. Medieval Arab philosopher and skeptic Al-Ma'ari wrote that religion consisted of ancient fables used to exploit the popular masses.
Right, we're into the top 10. Number 10. The origins of driving on the left side go back to medieval England, where knights would ride their horses on the left side of the road. So if they encountered an enemy, their sword hand would be on the correct side. Nearly all countries that drive on the left now were once English colonies.
Number 9. There was a religion in medieval Europe called Kafir. It was a splinter of Christianity, and they held beliefs such as women and men being equal and homosexuality being tolerated.
Still having trouble with that now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Number 8. A moment is an actually medieval unit of time that is equal to 1.5 minutes. There are 40 moments in an hour.
Number 7. Murders in medieval Ireland were given to the deceased families as slaves if they failed to pay a hefty fine to buy their freedom. The family could then legally kill the murderer themselves.
Number 6. Medieval English longbows could fire an arrow more than 300 yards and required so much strength that the skeletons of medieval archers can be identified by their enlarged left arms.
Number 5. The modern English word phoenix derives from the Middle English word phoenix, itself from the Old English phoenix, which was borrowed from medieval Latin phoenix, which is derived from classic Latin phoenix.
Number 4. In the final days of World War II, German Wehrmacht soldiers fought alongside US Army troops to defend a medieval castle from the Waffen SS.
So number 3. Medieval Germany, married couples could legally settle their disputes by fighting a marital duel. To even the field, the man had to fight from inside a hole with one arm tied behind his back. The woman was free to move and was armed with a sack filled with rocks. Can you imagine if they could do that now?
Yeah, that'd be, yeah. Number 2. Nearly there. In the medieval period, it was common to have 2 sleeps per night. You would fall asleep for 4 to 5 hours, wake up for 2 hours or so, and fall back to sleep for another 3 to 4. It's been suggested that we may have evolved this way to tend to the fire in order to keep us warm and safe.
Okay, number 1. There is a medieval unit of measurement called butt, and it's for wine. A butt load of wine is 129 gallons.
Wow. Well, that was quite interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So, if there's anything else you would like us to discuss, or topics, just drop it down in the comments below and we'll read them. And feel free to share, like and subscribe and press that bell.
Ding ding.
And as we say at the end of this, peace,
Peace,
love,
and be lucky.
Many thanks.